Right, I'll put the helipad over there. I'll put my Olympic-sized swimming pool over there. The 5-bed mansion can go over.
I popped my balloon just because I don't think he's my type.
Okay, and in what way? What makes him not your type? Like, what's not there?
My name's not written all over him.
Huh? Okay, if...
It's really hard to understand what that even means. Plus the coat, cargos, and sandals outfit combination. Now you probably won't understand the standards in this next one.
What they're saying is good enough should be good enough. But let me tell you one thing, good enough was never good enough for me. I live my life on 10 with everything that I do. I'm not going to look at something that's good and think that it's husband, because here's what it is. Good enough is right here. This is a good boyfriend. This is a husband.
My goodness! In the video she had made, she had said the guy that she broke up with was good, and he even raised her standards. Listen, it's either you're good or you're bad. You could walk on water, bro, and it still won't be enough.
Hey, I ain't fresh. I ain't fresh. You're not fresh. No. At all. Just take sometimes. No, sir. You just gotta take your L, bro. Sometimes.
This generation is so lost, because first of all, he got that shit on. Y'all just confused because he is dressing his age. And like he a real OG. He got the crease in his pants. I know he got a cologne collection.
He was definitely looking fresh and did put some effort into his appearance, so let's just hope that someone decides to remind him that. Now brace yourselves for the decisions made in this next one.
Made a mistake, and this is probably going to destroy my marriage, but how do I tell him that our 3 kids are not biologically his? For context, my husband is an amazing man. He bought me this beautiful house, these wonderful rings, nice cars. He treats me and our kids amazingly. He's never cheated on me. He's just always been a good man. But the guilt is eating me alive, honestly. On days like this, it really gets the best of me, and I don't know how to resolve this problem. I mean, I'm scared he's gonna divorce me, and then what? Then I lose everything. Like, how am I gonna lose all this stability that I have? So I'm just really looking to see if anybody else has been in this situation and can give me some advice. I already know some of you are going to judge me and assume the worst of me, but I'm really a good person. I'm not going to let this mistake times 3 define me, because in my heart, I love my husband.
Please, no! 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 No!
Now that was just unbelievable, as it was 3 times. Once the husband finds out, that marriage is very likely over.
And it should always pay on the first date, and this is why.
Okay, let's hear why. Spoiler alert, it has to do with how much money they spent on making up their face.
There's about to be $2,000 on my face. So
how much? Oh dear. Now let's see why it costs almost $2,000 to put on one's face.
Starting with Dior Moisturizer, $135. Dior Capture View Serum, $125. Dior Primer, $50. Armani Primer, $46. Polish Filter, $49. Chanel Liquid Highlighting Drops, $57. Dior Foundation, $57. Dior Concealer, $40. Chanel Bronzer, $60. Chanel Multi-Use Stick, $50. Chanel Blush Stick, $54. L'Oreal Highlighter, $27. Chanel Powder, $56. Dior Bronzer, $50. Dior Highlight, $50. Dior Backstage, $48. Dior Blushes, $80 total. Dior Backstage, $52. Eyeshadow, $68. Dior Eyeliner, $35. $68. Bamboo Stone, $24. Eyeliner, $35. Eyelash Curler, $35. Dior Mascara, $33. White Stone Mascara, $35. Royal Lip Liner, $24. Charlotte Tilbury Liner, $25. Chanel Lip Duo, $48. Chanel Lip Gloss, $40. Urban Decay Setting Spray, $36. Total cost is $1,745. Don't waste $2,000 on nothing.
Now that we've seen that, let's take a look at the before and the after. Now, it's just my opinion, but I actually do believe that most gentlemen would prefer how one looked before. Spending almost $2,000 to apply product to one's face just in an effort to try to impress someone on a first date, no less. Because it really does speak volumes that someone would spend that amount of money just to try to impress someone. And indeed, they do that for men.
Yeah, that doesn't really seem like a good way to spend $2,000, especially when so much of us just prefer the natural look. So maybe Bitcoin might just be a better investment.
Am I the asshole for not giving my husband my escape money when I saw that we were financially struggling? When I got married, my mother came to me privately and talked about setting aside money as a rainy day/escape fund if worse came to worse. My husband has never showed any signs of being dangerous and rarely even gets upset. But the way my mom talked about it, it seemed like a no-brainer to have. He is currently working 2 full-time jobs and Ubers on his days off to keep us afloat. Here's where I might be the asshole. I do all the expense managing, and I've continued to put money into my escape account, although I significantly decreased from $750 a month to $200 a month. My husband came home exhausted one night and asked about downsizing because of all the stress of work. I told him downsizing would not be an option, as I had spent years making our house a home. After an argument, my husband went through our finances to see where we could cut back. He was confused when he saw I had regular reoccurring withdrawals leading back years and asked me about it. I broke down and revealed my money to him, which now sits at $47,000. After I told him all of this, he just broke down sobbing. I told him that the money was a precaution I would have taken with any partner and not specific to him. He left the house to stay with his brother and said I hurt him on every possible level. But my mom says this is exactly what the money is for, and I should bail now. Am I the
She was literally preparing for the end of the marriage with some escape money, and then she didn't want to give him back the money that he himself worked for to help them both out. Now let's just hope that this next one is just a joke.
Are you married? Yes. You're cheating on your husband? Yeah, Vegas. It's Vegas, baby. We're both married. Are you cheating on your husband in Vegas? Maybe. Is she? She's cheating on her husband in Vegas. Wow.
My disappointment is immeasurable.
The better that you treat her, the better she's gonna treat you.
Except if she doesn't like you, and then the better you treat her, the more that she's gonna use you. It's complicated. The more you are nice and give her nice things, the more that she is gonna give you nice things back. But they're not gonna do that if you don't have at least a sufficient amount of this. See, there's a whole thing going on right now where there are guys saying the worse you treat her, the better she'll treat you. And that's also only true if she likes you a lot for this stuff. So it really depends what you're going for. If you want one of these, then she has to feel this way about you. She has to feel attraction. And then the better you treat her, the better she'll treat you. You can't just assume attraction. See, if you want one of these, then you have to have both.
For dealing with a topic as complicated as attraction, it really does help to have such a nice graph. So props to him. Next, we have a TikTok influencer who is a little confused as to a lack of effort.
You know what I just realized about relationships? A guy starts off by putting 100% in the beginning of a relationship. And over time, that will slowly go down from like 100 to 95 to 90 to 80 to 85. And then you notice, and you only notice when it goes down to like 75 or 80%, and then you say something. And then when you say something, he puts back 5% effort and you're content. You're like, okay, he put in some effort, but it never goes back up to 100 or 90 or 95. It just goes from like that 75 to 80. And then it goes back down again to like 70. And then it goes down to 60. Long story short, it'll just go back down to 10%. When it started at 100.
It is not because he has a problem giving effort. The problem he has is giving that effort, but not receiving any effort back. And if you're not giving any effort back, he's starting to think that you don't. And so why should he continue investing in you if he thinks that you don't even like him?
If you want to be treated like a queen, treat your man like a king. It's really that simple. Example, my man is coming back from a week-long work trip. I'm on my way to the airport right now to pick him up in his truck that I got detailed for him, with also flowers, breakfast, and coffee. It is really that simple. It is the little things that count. On top of loving them, respecting them, sleeping with them. Treat your man like a king, you'll get treated like a queen. He'll forever love you, he'll forever respect you, he won't cheat on you.
Now that was great, but a number of us don't really want flowers. But it still is an obvious sign of some effort. Now brace yourselves for the situation this next boyfriend is in.
You're not my baby's daddy.
I'm not your baby daddy.
No, and I'm sorry, I don't I got my dates mixed up. The dude that I know who's the baby daddy, he paid for the blood work, and it came out to be 99.9999%. So I know that you're not his dad, and I'm sorry. I don't know.
So you saying that this whole time I've been spending money on this little boy, and he's not mine?
I mean, what I'm saying is yeah, he's not yours, but why they gotta come in between us? This kind of happen
It's not about that. He not my blood like that.
Babe, listen, we not breaking up. That's all I'm saying. He can't do what you do for me. it was just, so we not breaking up. I just feel like we can figure this out.
Look, I ain't gonna lie to you. Look, you gotta look at me, pay attention, bro. Like, I'm done. Like, I'm done. Like I literally called the people to come get my furniture out of here. Everything.
How you gonna call somebody to come get your furniture out of here?
I'm done.
You're not done.
I'm done with you. I'm serious. You could call your baby daddy to come live up in here because I'm not living with you.
Babe, so you just gonna leave me like that?
Am I?
You just gonna leave me like that?
Am I?
Alright.
Yeah, that relationship is pretty much over. It's so great that he stayed calm and didn't argue. Really hope you enjoyed these clips today, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.